There are some samples that seem to reappear throughout music history. The same sound showing up in hundreds or even thousands of songs, like the D-Train Ah, or Stravinsky's orchestra hit, or the Amen break. But there are more sounds like this. Let's go through some of the most iconic samples in music history and explain where they came from, starting with number 1. These drums. These drums have been used in more than 2,000 songs, making it one of the most used samples ever. But how did we get there and who's the drummer? It began with funk legend James Brown. In 1970, he released a song called Funky Drummer. He named it so because of the 30-second long drum break 5 minutes into the song that goes like this. The man behind this groovy drum break is called Clyde Stubblefield, a drummer with fantastic touch. However, at the year of release, the song is not too much of a success. We have to fast forward to 1986. In this year, James Brown has realized that it's very popular to sample among hip-hop producers. Trying to capitalize on that, he re-releases the Funky Drummer drum break, looping only the drums part to create a song with only drums. This is because he wants to be sampled, and soon enough we start hearing it in famous songs.
Yes! The rhythm, the rebel. Without a pause, I'm lowering my level. MC Ren, will you please give your testimony to the jury about this fucked up incident?
And it starts spreading into pop songs as well.
I won't let you down. I will not give you up.
George Michael, Sinéad O'Connor, or Ed Sheeran.
I can taste salt water. And if I sink again.
But of course in many songs it's also heavily sped up, which you might recognize from
The Powerpuff Girls!
So what made this sample so popular? A big part is that it has those crisp isolated drums, which is useful for sampling. Even though it has that tiny guitar and some James Brown vocals, it's easy to rearrange it to be only drums. And second of all, the groove is simple. This is the core. And then there's some grace notes on the snare. Add the hi-hats. And now when this simple rhythm is played by a great drummer, it grooves. Now even though he has been sampled in over 2,000 songs, he has received a total of $0 in royalties.
Why?
Because he wasn't a songwriter of the song. All of the writing is credited to James Brown. Now do you recognize this melody? Now this melody is closely related to this bongo sample. Listen. The bongos and the melody are from the same track, which has been sampled in over 800 songs by artists like Jay-Z, Mick Jagger and Aphex Twin. But it began without bongos. The original melody was written by a guitarist called Bert Wheaton. He played it to a band called The Shadows that liked it and made their own version, an instrumental song called Apache that was a chart topper in 1960. Their version has not been sampled a lot. Instead, a band called the Incredible Bongo Band would make a cover of it in 1973. That started with this long bongo break, which led into the Apache Melody. Now it took a few years, but eventually their Apache version got popular, and as producers are crazy about clean drums to sample, the bongo intro soon spread. First to hip-hop songs, and later in all sorts of places.
I pay for the titties, get you on. It ain't safe in the ceiling, watch the throne.
Or Aphex Twin. But there is another element to this story. One of the most famous songs with the Apache Melody is by the Sugar Hill Gang. It's called Apache Jump On It, and it's a rap song from 1979. It didn't exactly sample the song, but it was a big imitation of the Bongo Guys version, lending both the bongo intro and the same way of playing the melody. The song helped make the melody so iconic, especially after appearing on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1995. Now while we're on the subject of Sugar Hill Gang, let's talk about this bass line that you might recognize. This is their most famous song called Rapper's Delight. Say the hip, hop, the hip it to the hip. This bass line is not the original one. It has been used by several artists like Will Smith and in quite a few house songs. And this bass line was also the one that heavily inspired the Queen song Another One Bites the Dust. The original source is from the band Chic with their disco hit from 1979. Chic as a band, with Nile Rodgers as the guitarist, have overall been sampled in so many songs. One of the greatest examples is the Chic song Soup for One. If we chop out this part and loop it with a filter and pitch it, we get this classic that sampled it. Now how about another drum break? Do you recognize this? This is a legendary drum break that has been sampled at least 4,000 times. It's called a Think break because it origins from a song called Think by Lynn Collins, that came out in 1972. Now the man that produced this song is actually James Brown, and he's made sure to put several drum breaks in there, where he also does some vocal shots. Like many other famous drum breaks, this was included on one of the Ultimate Breaks and Beat volumes, a compilation for hip-hop producers to use in their songs, and has since then been in tons of hip-hop songs like this one. But perhaps the sample is most known in its upsped version, in genres like drum and bass and breakbeat.
Straight from the top of my dome.
With people especially seeming to like the vocal shouts in their upsped pitched up form, which has appeared in the strangest of places.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
And this Ollie Murs song that made numbers in 2011. And countless other songs. So who's the drummer behind the Think break? His name is John Jabo Starks, and he actually knew the guy behind the funky drummer break. For the 4,000 songs that he's been sampled, he's likely not received any royalties. But at least they had each other. John Starks and Clyde Stubblefield remained good friends until they passed. Now how about a piano sample? This is the absolute classic Wu-Tang song Cream. The whole piano is a sample from the 1967 song As Long As I've Got You by the Charmels. But perhaps you notice more of my piano skills. I've been practicing some extra piano lately with Floki, who's the sponsor of today's video. With their piano app and web, it's easier than ever to get learning. You can practice scales and build up your speed, or learn some iconic songs. You can learn too, you can learn the piano. Check out the link below, you can learn to create your own samples with the piano. Now back to the Wu-Tang Clan song.
Cash rules everything around me.
After they sampled that song, they ended up being very often sampled themselves, or at least interpolated. An interpolation is when something isn't exactly sampled, but it's imitated by another artist. And their phrase, cash rules everything around me, ended up being such a popular phrase that the song Cream has over 400 entries on Who Sampled.
Yeah, cash rules everything around me.
Now off to a shorter sample. This tiny sample has been in hundreds of songs. It all started with a funk band called the Mohawks. In 1968 they released a song called Champ, a homage to the earlier Otis Redding song Tramp. But in their song they supposedly say, followed by an organ. Now unlike many other of these stories, this song was a success, and in the 80s it became a popular song for DJs to play. And from being a dance floor hit, the step to being sampled in real songs was small. Like... or by the Tribe Called Quest legend Q-Tip. Now this sample has really seen use in various genres, like by Ariana Grande or Frank Ocean. So it often makes an appearance as a mere sprinkle at a single pace in a song, and then often used with an echo effect to blend it in, without and with. Being such a short sample, it's easy to stick it into any song. It's almost the producer equivalent of the villain scream in movies. A fun sneaky move that you can always blend in. It also helps that you can't make out the word champ. The word where can fit in any song. Now enjoy 3 bars of all the drums we heard today. Subscribe for more and have a nice day.